Today we're making one of the easiest faces that you could possibly whittle, and that is the Moai statue or the Easter Island head. What you're going to need for this project is a 1 by 1 inch piece of wood. You can see the measurements on the screen right now. You're also going to need a knife. I'm going to be using these two. And then you need a pencil. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to divide two faces in 3 like this. And then we're going to remove these 1/3 from each face. So that much and that much. If it helps, you can even divide these so that you know how much to take off. And then we can use rough cuts. Next we're going to divide this block in half. This is where the tip of the nose is going to be. Then I'm going to divide this part in 3. And this line closest to the top, right here, is where the brow is going to be. So we need to make a very small line like that. And then before we draw the bridge of the nose, this edge needs to be slightly more round. Just a little bit of roundness. And now we can connect this line and this line with a curve that bends just slightly. And then we can draw a straight line that goes pretty much in parallel with this. And now we can remove this bit of wood. And we can start that with sweeping cuts. And then we're going to make a V cut over here, continuing to make this as a sweeping cut, and then this is just straight. That's good. And then this can be cut with push cuts. Next we can divide this area in half, and now we're gonna meet this line with a V cut to reveal the underside of the nose. That's good. And now we can divide this right here in half again. And we can remove this bit so that the nose is the furthest away part on the front side. The lips are going to be very close to the nose, but I still think they need to be just a little bit lower in my case. And I'm also making this with sweeping cuts to make it just a little bit curved. And then we can also make some sweeping cuts over here. Something like that is pretty good. So we pretty much meet the line that we made over here. Next we're going to remove some wood from the sides of the nose. So what we want is 2 inside corners, just straight lines connecting these 2 corners to this corner. And you can just press the blade directly into the wood. And what we're making here is basically a 2-sided stop cut. So we have this side and this side defining the edges of the cut. And then we can cut from here. So that then we get this inside corner. Then we need to take these eyes quite a bit deeper. We want this part to be an outside curve connecting to this edge. We can start with a few V-cuts like this. And then we can continue those two-sided stop cuts. Next we can define the jaw, and for that we can make a curve starting from this edge and ending up here on the opposite side. And we can cut this with sweeping cuts. That's good. Next we can make the ears, and that's just gonna be something like this. They end pretty much on the same level as the lips, and they can be slightly wider down here and get a little bit more narrow up here. And then we can make a stop cut. We can slim down the entire face so that the ear is further away on the side compared to the face. But we can leave the jaw to be slightly wider compared to the upper parts of the face. And then this back side is going to be cut the same way. And then the other side. Next we can slim down the back of the head. I'm just going to be making a curve like this and removing this bit of wood with some sweeping cuts. Next we can make everything a little bit rounder. So this edge, and these ones on the ears are the only ones that I want to keep. All of these other ones I want to make rounder. And this is going to be made with very shallow paring cuts and push cuts. Actually, this edge is also something that we want to keep sharp. As we're making this part a little bit rounder, we can also try to make this inside corner a little bit rounder by cutting from the corners of the nose. And that way, when we're gonna look from the side, this bit of the nose is going to be more inward compared to the center part. We have two more things to make, and one of them is the mouth. So we're gonna make a very small V-cut. And I'm gonna make it so that it's slightly curved this way. And then the final step, and that's gonna be the nostrils. Now making these is gonna be probably the most difficult part of this project, so if it seems like too much of a hassle, you can just skip this, because the figure already has all of the important recognizable features. We're just gonna be making 2 pyramid cuts. So cutting from 3 different sides, we're making an inverted pyramid shape. And now I'm still gonna take these parts a little bit further up. Just a few sweeping cuts. And then this underside of the tip of the nose can be slightly more upward pointing. That's good. And that's it for the project.